Yo, I'm Coot. This is my tight shirt. You are watching Loaded Snacks.
Yeah! That's the one, baby!
Welcome back to Loading Snacks.
Snack Bite Comic Edition.
So we had a lot of sporadic comic news
Yeah.
over the last week
All
and
over
a
the
half.
place.
Some interesting things. What I want to start with is the idea that Chris Pratt is being looked at for a reboot of Indiana Jones.
I like it.
It
You
can
like
work.
it?
It can work.
Why do you like it?
Well, when Chris Pratt played Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy,
Right.
he kind of had that hero feel. Although that wasn't his character that he
It's a hero
portrayed.
movie.
Yeah, I understand. But that role, knowing for him from Parks and Recreations, being
Yeah.
the stupid silly guy, to being that hero role, to see him.
Which was
Switch
still
it up.
kind of
Yeah,
stupid
yeah.
silly.
Yeah,
But Indiana Jones is kind of stupid silly.
yeah. I mean, I've heard about him trying to be cast for a lot of things, Uncharted, Indiana Jones, stuff like that. But
They're probably
he
tied
has-
into each other because
Yeah.
those are along the same lines.
Exactly.
It's probably rumors that
I
kind
mean,
of overlap.
It's very believable, if you ask me.
You think so?
I think so.
What do you think?
I like Chris Pratt.
I do too.
Seeing him as an archaeologist, I think is weird.
I'll give you that.
I don't know if Harrison Ford seemed like an archaeologist back when Indiana Jones was first. You know what I'm saying? Like for
I mean,
real, like
you know,
like
the movie
Han Solo.
starts, he's supposed
Like,
to be
they-
an
like,
archaeologist, then he goes and starts swinging whips around and
Right,
punching people
but-
in the face and all that kind of stuff.
but consider like Harrison Ford, the archaeologist, versus Harrison Ford, the Han Solo, which is a lot like Chris Pratt from Guardians of the Galaxy. Like it's almost a Han Solo type character almost. So to go from one to the other,
I would like to see him get it, but it's one of the things where I need to see it to
yeah, I don't think it's a
just
bad
weird.
idea.
No, I don't think it's a bad idea.
No.
It's
I'm not
Chris
positive.
Pratt, like I said, seeing Parks and Recreation, then seeing Guardians of the Galaxy, like, okay, I see what you can do outside of, being
Right.
the funny guy on the show all the time.
Right.
Like, I'm interested. I'm very interested in
Yeah.
seeing it. I think
it'll be cool.
I think what really drew me in was the trailer for Jurassic Park. To see his demeanor.
Well, I mean, again,
There.
it's the same realm in terms of character type.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the same idea. So, look, I think that he's got an amazing amount of ability in terms of acting. We'll see how much reaching he can do. You know what I mean? In terms of what kind of roles he can
Yeah.
actually do. I mean, it's not like this is something that's like a purely action role. I think this is a lot like the role that he probably played in Guardians of the Galaxy. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's a stretch.
No.
I'm okay with it. If it wasn't him, it'd probably be somebody I never heard of, and then I wouldn't know what to tell you.
Probably,
so,
yeah.
Shia LaBeouf. Remember that one?
Stop.
Crystal Skull.
Stop. I heard of them. I heard of them.
But still.
I heard of them. That doesn't count.
Not anymore. He's gone.
So we did get Fantastic Four trailer.
Yes,
or
we
teaser
did.
trailer.
Yes, we did.
Which was a much better teaser than the Ant-Man teaser for the teaser.
It was. It was.
It was a real teaser.
By far.
I guess it's the difference if you let Fox do a teaser.
I guess.
What have you. We did watch it together.
And we have
So
a
there's a
snack
video
bite
that- yeah.
coming for y'all.
So we'll
For
kind
that
of give you
one.
some impressions on it, but just kind of in a nutshell. Overall, it looks good. Like it
does.
It looks quality. That's what I got from it. It looks quality.
Looks very good.
I cannot remember if the original ones looked quality to me in the trailers.
You know what?
We
But
should look
going back and looking at them
Maybe
now.
we should go back and look at the trailers
should
and film
do a
that for y'all.
comparison.
should.
Do a comparison.
Yeah, because if you go and you watch the movies now, they don't look.
No.
Clobbering time.
That Michael Chiklis, that outfit isn't.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that thing look like.
I might watch it when they drunk just to have fun with it.
Yeah, well,
It's
yeah.
on TV like every 30 minutes.
that joint looking like Sesame Street. That
Terrible. Jim Henson.
that whole Rockman outfit. That thing looks soft.
Got the Toys R Us.
Yeah. So we got a couple things we need to kind of delve into a little more deeply than this, but the end of the Marvel Universe is coming as we know it.
Supposedly.
No, it is.
It's in
I
there.
know.
It is.
I know. They say it is.
I've seen some of the covers, the Loki and the Magneto ones.
Yeah.
The end of Magneto.
So if you're not familiar, essentially what's happening is understand the comic book universe is separate from the cinematic universe to a large extent.
Yes.
But the standard, air quotes, Marvel universe
As we all have come to know and love.
is colliding with the ultimate Marvel universe.
There's those who don't read comics. That is a
Don't
whole
even really
Whole
realize.
Yeah, it's a whole
nother
separate story and entity from the ones you all know and you know,
But
for the foremost.
But having said that, I think that's part of why this is happening. I think that's important. Because right now, I think that the entire Marvel universe in its entirety is dumb confusing. Especially considering now you have many more people who are jumping into comics for the
Because
first
of the
time
movies.
because of the movies. And they're finding that these stories don't quite line up, don't quite match, don't,
Like,
you know what I mean?
I got
Right.
regular Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man,
Spectacular Spider-Man, Superior
Sensational
Spider-Man, like what the
Spider-Man
hell is going on?
2099. Like,
Who is Ben Riley?
got-
Like,
I
what
got-
is
And
this?
he's black in this one. Like,
yeah. Hold on, I got
We need to kill
I got
him.
regular Avengers, Ultimate Avengers, East Coast Avengers, West Coast Avengers.
East Coast.
Spider-Man's on the Fantastic Four and in the
Yeah,
Avengers.
like-
and-
yeah.
Everybody is spread
yeah,
out
like
over a lot.
Ultimate Spider-Man is a different character from Spider-Man 2099 is a separate
He's Hispanic in that one.
Yeah, he's Hispanic in both. In both of those now, it's just a lot.
Marvel has a lot going on
It's a lot.
in the comic universe.
Comics as a whole have a lot going on. They tend to do this thing where they make stories that then they can say aren't real stories because they happen in a separate universe. But
Right.
these universes are colliding, and they are supposed to end technically both of these universes and come out with a new universe called Battle World.
Yes.
What exactly that means? Yeah. Shoulder shrugs.
From their description, they're taking parts of Ultimate and
Making
parts
them
of
canon.
the regular,
And making them
just-
canon.
yeah, and blending them together somehow to make Battle World.
To make
Yeah.
one reality.
Yeah, to make what is going to be what we know.
So
from here on
hopefully
out.
it would all make sense for people who are now reading comic books one day,
Well,
someday.
or who start
Or-
after this
Right,
happens. Who start after this happens. Yeah, just we'll keep our eyes peeled on it. We'll keep you informed on what's going on with it.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And I'm pretty sure that there are things from the Marvel Cinematic Universe that are going to be tied into this that, again, will help make
course.
everything a little bit more cohesive.
Hopefully,
Which I think
but
is
yeah.
what
I can only imagine so.
Yeah.
I think that's what the point is. So now, with that said, I smile a little bit when I think about this.
Uh-oh.
So, over the last week,
Uh-huh.
we saw some images
Ah,
of Tyrese Gibson
my man Roman Pierce.
as the Green Lantern. He
Jody.
appears to be right. He appears to be campaigning for the option to be Green Lantern in the DC films and the
Yes.
Justice League and what have you.
Yes, he is.
How do you feel about this?
Hell no.
Okay, that's enough. We don't need no more.
I second that.
You feel like that?
I second that. A little more angrier.
Look,
A little
I sec-
angrier than that?
I
don't
second
get it
that.
wrong. I have no problem with Tyrese,
Me neither.
Yeah, exactly.
but
Tyrese be
you
singing.
ain't John Stewart. I get it. You want to play a superhero? Cool, but you ain't John Stewart. Get away
Yeah.
from it.
it's.
I don't, no.
I look at the movies under your belt and then what this movie can do or what it needs to do, and I don't see it.
All right,
You
so
good.
here's the
You
thing.
paid. Get away from him.
Here's I have absolutely no problem with this. I don't necessarily think that he will be a bad John Stewart. Now, I'm gonna dig a little bit. We know he knows what to do in a film where there's a lot of fake shit happening, aka Transformers, right?
Yes.
Doesn't do a terrible job in them. I wouldn't say he's the greatest of great in it. We know he knows how to drive.
Yes.
But but you have to remember in the first Transformers movie, he was also a military person, which is who John Stewart is. He's a military man.
Yeah.
So I won't take that from him. I don't necessarily think this is something that he cannot pull off at all. Do I want to see it? Not necessarily, but I'm not opposed to it. Like I'm not hell knowing it the way other people are hell knowing it. I've heard people, I've been in comments and on boards and all that kind of stuff, and people are going, Idris Elba. No. But I get it. Because people are like, after they saw him in, why does this always happen to me? Was it doing the big robot?
Prometheus.
No.
Losers. Giant. I'm about to say Giant Robo.
Giant Robo!
No, Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
Okay.
They like him in Pacific Rim and think that version of him is a great version to play John Stewart.
You don't agree.
I don't disagree. But I
I
think
think
it
he
just
can do
depends.
it.
I think it just
I'm just
depends
wondering
on.
if that's who.
I
I'm trying to
when
think
you-
all around. Like
when you say Tyree's military background in Transformers, he was still more the comic relief than a
disagree. He wasn't really comic relief. I mean, he had a couple of liners,
serious moments.
but
I understand. but
he survived. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. He survived. That's saying something.
they made 3
Look,
movies with it too, right?
Yeah. I mean,
like I said, he eating good. He
Yeah,
got
I think
giant
he-
robots and cars money. He
yeah,
is straight.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Look, I think. Listen, I don't. Again, I'm not opposed to it. I think he could do it. I think this is a better choice than Common, and that's who they had chosen.
No.
No,
And I'm glad
I
that
think
went
Common-
away.
I think
No,
Common's a good choice.
You
I
think Common's a good choice?
I think Common's a good choice. I think
Why,
Idris
'cause he's
Elba's a
light-skinned?
better choice. That's that might be one of the
Why?
reasons.
Is that what you lobbying for?
It's a strong reason too.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No, Common just.
No to comment either.
Yeah,
No.
he's not a
No.
superhero, and he talks too slow.
I can see that. That
Done.
that actually.
Done. So, one more thing we need to get into. Y'all let us know what y'all think about this Green Lantern thing. So, word on the street is that Fox has ordered a pilot for an X-Men TV series.
Yes, they are trying to get a pilot going for this.
Now, here's what's interesting to me about this. We do know that Fox owns the rights to Fantastic Four for doing movies.
Yes, they do.
So obviously they're doing that. And then they own the rights to do the X-Men movies.
But what is it they don't own the rights to?
They don't own the rights to do it as a TV show.
No, they do
Uh-huh.
not. That's
So-
the catch-20 here.
So, we've seen that there were rumors that, Marvel and Fox were in talks, maybe for Marvel to try to get the X-Men franchise back in terms of movies, things like this. Maybe this is actually what was going on. Maybe they were trying to work something out for this. Now, it's an X-Men movie, but you have to understand that X-Men doesn't necessarily mean X-Men specifically. It could be Excalibur, it could be X Factor, it could be any of those other
And
X
in that X-
franchises
yeah, within
that
the X
come from
world,
that
right.
universe. Might not be X-Men in terms of a TV show, so we could be looking at like Cable, Shatterstar, Domino, like it could be
Yeah.
X-Force, you know what I'm saying? We could be like, yeah. Like this could be
that sounds exciting, but I understand to people when you hear X-Men, you see
X-Men.
you see X-Men.
think X-Men.
That's the
So again, we're talking X-Men universe, not necessarily X-Men, so to speak. And again, I just think it's interesting that they're in talks to make this happen. Disney, Fox, Marvel, trying to do something along those lines. And I can understand why Fox wants to jump in on this, same way Sony wants to take advantage of what Marvel has going on with Disney and what they're doing in that realm and in that universe.
You know they're going to have to come up off something.
Yep.
Disney and Marvel,
Yeah.
that's probably something they're waiting for. Y'all, come on.
I'm
Come to the
I'm
table.
excited.
Sit
for,
down. Let's have a talk.
I'm
Let's have a
excited.
talk
I'm
about
excited
this.
for the show, but when it comes to Fox networks and their shows, sometimes
I mean, look, it just depends on how they do it. I don't know if a live action.
or FX.
It's supposed to be. This is
Yeah.
could be a live
Like I
action
said
show.
before, it's hard for sci-fi stuff to get
Right.
on prime time to get the type of pull that it.
But again, that's a
that it
good point.
deserves.
Just because we hear Fox doesn't necessarily mean we're talking like your regular Fox channel. It could be FX. It could be FXX. It could be one of those sister channels, sister stations
That
that this
will
goes
come
to,
on, yeah.
right? Could be purely cable and not be network. But I would think that if Fox really wants to make as much money as they can, they would want everybody to have access to it, and it would probably more than likely be on your main Fox
Yeah.
station. That's what I would think. They could do a reboot of the old X-Men cartoon. I'd be a happy camper.
That joint was vicious.
Yeah, I'd be happy. I'll be extra happy with that. And so one last piece of information. So Marvel and Funko have teamed up to make a Marvel subscription box.
Love Funko.
I do too. I know you have quite the collection.
I'm
Bo's
just
got
starting.
some collection.
I'm just
got
starting
some
mine.
pieces in his
Yeah,
collection.
yeah.
I got a few of my own, buy them for the kids, things like that.
Mhm.
So basically, what this subscription box is it's $25. Okay. Now it's not monthly; it's bi-monthly, so it's every other month.
Okay.
Right? They send you a package that contains a T-shirt,
Okay.
an exclusive Funko design figure,
Right.
and some other things, some surprises, things like that in it. You can do monthly, but you can also do a special version of it where if you pay for it all up front for the whole year up front, there's a special figure or statue that you get at the end of the year.
Okay.
I think they said the first one's gonna be the Hulkbuster.
It is.
Yeah.
It's the Hulkbuster, and it looks pretty dope.
Okay.
As far as their stuff goes, and I just think it's interesting. This is 100. You're talking if it's $25 every 2 minutes, it's like $150 plus shipping. It's $25 a box plus shipping. So it's a little expensive, I think, but it's every 2 months. But I think for what you're gonna get with this and for what you normally pay for a Funko figure,
Yeah.
it's not bad. Plus
Yeah,
a T-shirt.
that's true.
Just those two alone, I think are $25.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Under a
yeah,
lot of circumstances,
yeah.
and then you're gonna have other things that are in there as well. So
So if you're in the Funko and you're in the Marvel, it might be something you want to look into.
absolutely, I think it's a good idea. The subscription box thing is catching on. It's really really big right now. There's tons of them out there. So
Yeah.
I can see that Marvel wants to get their hands in it. This first one is Avengers themed. They are going to be themed boxes. This is an Avengers themed box, which is why
Okay.
you're getting the Hulkbuster
Got
in
it,
this.
got
And
it.
the next one is supposed to be like fantastic. The following one is I think it's a fantastic.
Most
Four,
likely it'll
something
follow the
like
movies that are
It's gonna
coming
be-
out.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Along
they
those
supposed
lines,
to come
so-
out, right.
Yeah, especially with exclusive stuff in it. That's the other big deal. So, with that kind of wraps up comic stuff
Yeah.
for this week.
And a nice little bow.
A tight little bow,
Yeah.
a pretty little bow, little bow.
Little bow.
It's a pretty little bow. But I just want to say, kudos, Coop got on a great shirt. It's a great shirt, Coop.
Not surprised you would say that.
You shouldn't be.
Not at all.
I was in a rush. Let me not do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Don't you do that, Coop.
Oh,
that. Now you
y'all
like
both
it.
wearing Spider-Man shirts.
Yep, twins,
Ain't it cute?
light-skinned twins.
See?
Ah!
See?
Ah!
See? Y'all know what I want to say, but I'm not.
Don't say it. Don't say it. No black lash. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out. We're loading snacks. I'm Gage.
I'm Sin.
I'm Coop.
We'll holler at y'all next time.
For sure.
Your shirt is mad fucking tight. Give me something tight.
What?
Yeah, take that.